On June 27th, the Barclays Center hosts a collision designed to crown the next true superstar of the fractured 154-pound division. Holding the unified WBA and WBO titles is Xander Zayas. He's 23 years old, holds a perfect 23-0 record, and relies on relentless, high-volume combination punching from a naturally larger frame. Moving up to challenge him is Jaron Ennis. The former welterweight king is stepping into new territory, making him the smaller invader in this matchup. Look strictly at the tail of the tape, and the average fan sees a clear path. A naturally bigger champion with superior reach and a suffocating punch output seems ready to overwhelm a smaller challenger testing the waters at junior middleweight. Yet elite boxing veterans like former undisputed champion Judah are completely ignoring the size metrics. Instead of predicting a competitive unification bout, they are issuing stark mismatch warnings favoring Ennis. The size difference is only one layer of the story. The deciding factors took shape weeks ago, during a remote training camp in the California mountains, and private sessions with the pound-for-pound king. Ennis completely abandoned the standard boxing gym circuit for this camp. He relocated his team to the mountains of Truckee, California. Sitting at exactly 5,817 feet above sea level, every round he sparred and every sprint he ran forced his lungs to fight against a severely depleted oxygen supply. This diagram shows how the body adapts to that extreme stress. To compensate for the thin air, the cardiovascular system rapidly generates more red blood cells and increases capillary density, working overtime to deliver oxygen to straining muscles. When an athlete adapted to that environment returns to flat ground, their system is hyper-efficient. Their gas tank expands immensely, and the time it takes to catch their breath drops to elite levels. Ennis took that pristine, scientifically enhanced engine and brought it right back to the grueling, high-pressure gym wars of his hometown in Philadelphia. Ennis entered the junior middleweight division with a cardiovascular system re-engineered for the higher weight class, capable of maintaining a 12-round output that few athletes at sea level can match. While in the mountains, Ennis secured entry into a far more exclusive environment, a series of closed-door sparring sessions with Canelo Alvarez. These rounds were not gym brawls designed to test toughness. They were high-level technical sessions that allowed Ennis to study Alvarez's legendary defensive system up close. Canelo's defense relies on geometry. He lures opponents in, forcing them to overextend past their lead foot. Sparring Alvarez taught Ennis to spot that exact fraction of a second, recognizing hip shifts, rolling away, and turning their momentum against them. Hall of Famers like Roy Jones Jr. point to this specific trait. They see a fighter who has learned how to recognize offensive patterns and rewire his tactics in the middle of a round. By combining his innate Philadelphia pressure with the tactical habits picked up from Alvarez, Ennis evolved into a far more analytical weapon than the one that dominated the welterweight division. Which brings us back to Xander Zayas, a disciplined, technically clean fighter whose entire path to victory depends on throwing long, rapid combinations. But maintaining high-volume output carries a strict mechanical cost. To string together 3 or 4 punches, a fighter must continuously commit their body weight forward. That reliance on volume plays flawlessly into the exact weight shift trap and is studied in the mountains. Every combination Zayas throws offers a window for that perfectly timed counter. If Zayas grows frustrated and decides to close the distance to trade blows on the inside, veteran trainer Stephen Edwards warns it will backfire, igniting a mean, spiteful gear that Ennis reserves for close-quarters combat. Under the lights in Brooklyn, a traditional, undefeated combination puncher is walking directly into a buzzsaw powered by an altitude-conditioned engine and calibrated by Canelo Alvarez's timing. A convincing victory over a bigger champion validates the work done in the thin air of Truckee. It proves that Ennis has integrated elite tactical patience into his natural Philadelphia style, leaving the rest of the division with no clear way to stop him.